So in today's video, guys, I'll be attempting the very first 2023 LEGO Star Wars 501st Battle Pack alternate build. Let's get into it. So yes, welcome back everyone to another LEGO Star Wars video. In today's video, I'll be having a pretty fun video here, and I'll be actually attempting my very first alternate build myself, let alone actually on the 2023 501st Battle Pack. I'll be doing at least one in this video. If I can come up with a second design, I will also do two of them, but keep in mind, guys, I'm not really a professional LEGO designer. I've never really done this before, so this will be a pretty cool experience for me nonetheless. And, as we all know, for the 75280, the 2020 501st Battle Pack, there are hundreds of alternate builds online, and I've actually got about 20 of them built myself. I'll put up a little picture on the screen. So I feel like that'll be something that definitely happens with this battle pack too, when people go to buy 5-10 of these guys just for the minifigures, and they kind of want to spice up their extra pieces for the build. So let's get into it, guys, and see if I can come up with something a little bit cooler than the cannon that includes in the set. Let's get into it. All right, so before anything, I actually have to take this apart right here. It's 119 pieces to work with. I will not be including the extra pieces. I will just be actually including what was actually on the cannon build itself. I'm thinking preemptively maybe an ATRT of sorts. But without further ado, guys, let's disassemble it, and I'll probably be running a time lapse of me attempting to build it. So let's get into it. Taking it apart, very simple. I've got all, what is it, 119 pieces out right here. Doesn't really look like it, but I've been kind of, monkeying around for like 2 or 3 minutes now, and I can already tell this is going to be very difficult. I'm trying to do a bunch of combinations. Of course, I'm trying to go for like an ATRT. That's kind of what I thought would be relatively easy, but the problem is you really can't get the legs too tall. But this might be pretty wonky. I might have to just maybe try like a little barricade or something. I don't know, guys. I mean, this is honestly pretty difficult. I'm sitting for a little bit longer, and then once I finally get something going, I'll start the time lapse up, and we'll see what I end up with. After literally about 30 minutes, I barely could figure out anything. I could not actually get the time lapse going because I was really in the kind of mindset of just kind of getting something out there. Again, it was a long time coming, but I actually came up with this right here. By no means perfect. This is kind of like the test prototype. I'll consider this like my stage 1 custom build, alternate build for this video, but I'm still gonna disassemble everything again. I'm gonna take a picture of this, but I will try to do a little something else. I'm thinking maybe a defensive position, something, this is supposed to be like a little ATRT cannon, of course. The legs can swivel up and down. I actually figured out how to make them a little bit longer by putting that connection right there, if you guys can see that. And there goes the yellow stud that just flew across the room. But yeah, guys, this is kind of whatever. Harder than I thought, so here's this right here. Definitely nothing too crazy. The flick fire can't actually fit into the middle, and actually everything's falling off as I'm doing this. But yeah, this is just kind of the rough prototype. Genuinely, I'll probably set up the time lapse right now, disassemble it all, and then I'll try to make something, guys. I'm gonna try again one last time. Probably a defensive position, but there's just not a lot of pieces to work with. The biggest problem is, making a core of anything. There's just no pieces. I mean, there's genuinely only like 1 brick in this, or like 2 bricks in the set, like 2 plates. I mean, everything else are these curved slopes, literally, wedges and hinges and vents and little pieces, cannon pieces. So very difficult, but let's get on to the next build, guys, and hopefully it turns out better than this. All right, guys, so I actually got one more thing built right here. So here's the extra pieces, just a couple of them. And I actually built this right here. I'm actually pretty proud of it. Again, I did not get a time lapse. I'm going to do one more build after this. For sure, I'll do 3 builds in this video, and we'll see what I can all make. But this is a little, barricade right here. Just a little something, for the clones to kind of hide behind. Just kind of 2 sides to it. We have the specialist behind there with the long rifle. But then the main thing... sure, I took a little inspiration from the legs, of course, from the real model, but like I said, guys, very hard to kind of just see what there is possible to do without just kind of taking a little bit of inspiration around. But I think this actually turned out decent. I'm not even gonna lie, I think for like an actual mock, I want to say, I mean, sure, probably a little bit personal bias because I just made it, but I'm not claiming it to be anything crazy. But I think for an actual mock, maybe bulk it up a bit more. If you were to add maybe 10-15 more parts of your own, maybe make the legs a little bit more bulky, I think it would actually look a lot better than, say, that on a kind of just like a regular old mock. You know what I mean? Just kind of have this thing defending maybe the front of your base. And yeah, so not too shabby right here. Definitely probably better than the ATRT, but I want to try one more thing on the final little section, or the final little build, and hopefully it turns out how I think it will. But again, the parts are so limited. I mean, once you guys get the set in hand, believe me, I'll give full credit to people that make crazy stuff. But not too bad on this one, I think. Definitely better than the first one. Well, guys, I'm officially like 2.5 hours into making this video and trying out all these alternate builds, and I think I'm officially losing my mind. Again, this piece selection is just absolute garbage in my opinion, for building anything other than the actual cannon in the set. So basically, you know, this last time I was going to try to do a couple other little funny things. I built a little gonk droid right here. Figured it'd be kind of cool, kind of go with the one in the TIE Bomber over there. Let's see if we can focus in really quick. The TIE Bomber one. And yeah, other than that, I couldn't figure anything else out here. I was sitting here with this piece, you know, this part selection for every bit of about 30 minutes. I went through an entire podcast episode, or like, you know, little video of one of my favorite YouTubers, and the whole entire video was like 36 minutes long. So 36 minutes long, I can't come up with anything right there. Quite frankly, I think the other two things I built are basically as good as you're going to get from me, at least. You know, quite frankly, I'm not a you know, super good, you know, mock builder, like coming from like, you know, just scratch parts. You know, I'm good at building, you know, large scale stuff, but building vehicles out of, you know, a select amount of pieces, the creative juices were not flying through me today. So other than that, I'm just going to rebuild the original cannon, and then I'll finally put it back up on the shelf, and that will be the end of the little December legacy for this set, because I'm officially lost, I'm officially burnt out, and I can't figure out anything else. So let's get into that, guys. Guys, I got done building the official set again, and let's put it back up here on the shelf, and pretty much officially retire this set from the channel until January 1st when I do the actual wave overview. So put that guy back up there. Also got to put the specialist right there, and yeah, there's basically the little 501st shelf right there for now. If you guys have not checked out my Instagram, look at this very, very sick heavy trooper I made using all official parts. I think that looks a lot better. But nonetheless, guys, yeah, so this is the last 2023 video with these sets until, you know, the Tusken Raider, if I get that early, or if, you know, the overview on January 1st. Let's close off the video. So thank you everyone so much for watching this video. I know this one was probably a little bit more lackluster than you were expecting. Same with me, actually. You know, I knew this was going to be pretty tough going into it, but I would have thought it would have been maybe a little bit easier than that. But from the bottom of my heart, I mean, that was a very stressful, like I said, 2.5 hours of, you know, coming up with, or trying to come up with any single design whatsoever. I think the second design was halfway decent, but I'm very curious to see, you know, in the first couple weeks of January, what people come up with this set, and I'd be more than happy to do it. Like, quite frankly, you know, I'm going to be buying a whole bunch of these on January 1st, and you know, to the first couple people that make alternate builds of this set, I'm going to do those and see how they come out, and what techniques these people are using, because I think at some point or another tonight, I put every single piece in that set, you know, together, you know, at some point, and I couldn't come up with anything. There's just no bricks and no plates in there. It's all hinges and wedges and studs and clips and stuff like that. So nonetheless, guys, that's all for this video. I guess comment down below, do you guys like the first build I made better, or the second build I made better? But like I said, guys, that's all for the 2023 sets on this channel, at least until January 1st. So again, thank you all so much for the support over the past 2 weeks, pretty much. Been absolutely incredible, and those sets will go down in history as some of my favorite sets, just mainly for this time in my life. So definitely the greatest birthday present ever, and as always, shout out to Nicholas for making this happen, and I'll see you guys all in the next video, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys all then. Bye, guys, and stay safe.